Welcome to this Workout Wednesday. This will be a full body Pilates class inspired by a class I did today that focused on strength and supporting bone health as well. By working the muscles, we help to stimulate bone growth. So if you're interested in that, come and join me. You will need a chair for class. The other equipment is optional, but a nice sturdy chair would be great. And the back can be facing your mat. Just for simplicity or to help you visually, you could also take this and have it in line with your screen. So you could have the chair like so, except in line with the screen, and your mat in line with the screen. That might be helpful. And set up like I have here. If you are going to use weights, completely optional, but if you are, a heavier set like 5 pounds or anywhere between 5 and 10 pounds is good, and then a lighter set, so between 1 and 3 pounds will be helpful. You could use soup cans, whatever you've got that's of even weight. You don't need this either, but if you have a ball, we'll use it to add a little bit of challenge for the inner thighs. You don't have that ball, another option is if you have kind of a smaller pillow folded, you could also squeeze and release on the pillow, but it's not used a lot in the class. So once you're all set up, stand at that short edge of your mat. And for purposes of you being able to see, I'm going to come down on my knees, but stand at the front of your mat. Roll your shoulders here. And then start to roll the wrists and bring the arms up into the air. Once here, the hands come together. Inhale. And exhale to bring them through to heart center. So you continue the exhale, interlace the fingers as you cross the heart and press the hands down. Inhale, reach up. Perhaps follow the hands with your gaze. Exhale to draw the hands down center, interlace, press down. If you like this, to get in touch with our breath. Perhaps switch the crossing of the thumb each time. That's on top. Inhale. And exhale. The final time, inhale, arms reach up. And then bring them to your sides as you drop the chin and allow the upper back to round, mid back, low back, until you come into a fold. The knees could be richly bent here or not as you inhale. And exhale to start to stack the spine, low back, mid back, more weight in the forefoot here, and the upper back. Circle those arms overhead and bring them back to your heart. Reach those arms out in front of you, palms face in. Pelvis stays forward as you inhale and sweep that left arm back, rotate toward it, the upper body, and exhale, close. Other side, right arm reaches back and sweep it close. Warming through thoracic spine. Ground through the feet. Spine tall. One more each side. Still finding our breath. Last one. Arms can reach up as you come onto your toes one time. And then bring the feet back down as the arms come to your sides, bend the knees. And then come up with the arms, lengthen the legs, bend, arms to your sides, and lengthen and lift. So it's a small, small, small bend. Might be thinking, why are we doing this? We want the spine. We want to get in touch with the spine being long. Here. One more. And then reach those arms up as you come onto the toes. Bring the hands behind the head if you wish. Press the head into the hands and drop one heel down and lift. Other heel down and lift. Continue this here. See how light you can be with the heel for the first few. You could continue here or more heavily drop the heel down. Drop, drop. Pelvis still. A little bit of impact here to stimulate bone growth. Think about when you run, right? If you do something with bouncing, that's also good for bone health as long as you can handle the bouncing. It's good to add to our Pilates practice. Come up onto the forefoot. Hands can come by your sides, and perhaps both heels drop and lift and drop and lift. Nice tall spine here. This is some of the archival work of Joseph Pilates. Two more. Last one. Bend and lengthen, bend and lengthen. And then still the legs and hinge from the hips, partway down and rise. Could even be small range of motion, partway down and rise, or all the way to parallel. Practicing the hinge to see how this is different. And try to keep everything in alignment. So I'll model what not to do. We just don't want to really stick the bum right out. I'm going to do that. Think straight-legged deadlift if you're someone who lifts weights or goes to the gym. Let's do three more. Exhale as you rise. Really engage the backs of the legs, glutes, hamstrings. One more time. Nice. And bring that right knee in toward the chest. And then send that leg back behind you, not too far, just a little bit. And then bring the knee through, might even hug and send it back. And this is where that chair that's in front of you can come in handy. One hand or both hands to the chair as you move the leg. So you felt this with a tall spine. We'll still keep this tall spine, but yet allow the body to follow the leg. So as the leg comes back, the body comes forward. This is for that chair, is handy. And start to lengthen out the leg over time. One more. And keep that leg back there. Nice neutral spine as you tap the toes down and then lift. Tap and lift. Chair or no chair. There's a lot of stability, a lot of strength through that standing leg. 3, 2, last one. Very nice. Pause. And then hands might come to the chair as you adjust your legs into a nice long lunge. And because that back leg is long in this variation, we want that angle so that we have crown of head all the way to heel in alignment. Hands on or off the chair here as we lengthen the lead leg and bend. Lengthen and bend. It moves. The body will follow. But the ankle of the spine is the same. Feel that front glute. Let's do 3, 2, Last one. And then step forward. Adjust so you have that little bit of space for the opposite knee to come up and send that leg back. Right now, the knee is bent. Decide how you'd like to use the chair. Find a point that's not moving and slowly start to allow the body to follow the leg as it lengthens back. It's also helpful in yoga for warrior threes. 2 more. Last one, leg is back, body comes forward some, tap, toes down and lift. Tap and lift on the exhale. That exhale will help engage your center naturally without force. Great. See how long you keep that leg. 2 and 1. Land that foot, adjust your stance as you need for that extended lunge. So again, there's this length through the back leg as the body angles forward. Drive that back heel behind you as you lengthen lead leg and bend. Lengthen and bend. Great for strength, but also mobility of the hips. Just 4 more. Not doing as many as I did in the live class. 3, 2, and 1. Step forward as you need here. Roll the shoulders. Just 3 times as you back away from your chair slightly so that we can roll down through the spine. Tumble the head forward, upper back rounds, arms stay soft. Mid back, spill the pelvis forward, bend knees if you need. And then have a seat. Legs will come out in front of you toward the chair. Could just plant the feet, could also have them on the inside of the chair pressing out. Find your space here. Reverse ab curl. Hands could be behind the thighs or extend the arms out as you round and come tall. Exhale to round. Inhale, come tall. If you'd like, you could come further down. Let's do 2 more. 2. And last one, lower, lower, lower. Again, use the hands if you need. The knees could come in. And then replant those feet a little bit closer to the body. Press the arms into the earth. Inhale. Exhale, pelvic curl. Peel low spine off the earth. Roll and lift hips. And lower right back down. So continue with this. Curl. And lower. Perhaps you want to inhale as you lift. And exhale as you lower. This is about the spine, even though we're also working hamstrings and glutes. Let's do 2 more. Last one, lift. Stay up for a moment. Inhale, press shoulders down. And exhale, slowly lower, lower, lower through the spine as the arms circle round and interlace them behind the head. Heavy, the head in the hands. And here, if you'd like to squeeze your thighs together, feel free, or keep them at that parallel distance. Basic ab curl, inhale. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. Continue here as you keep the pelvis still. And head cradled. Keep it out of the neck and in the abs. Curl a little higher, that can also help. That exhale, lift you higher. Let's do 2. And 1, stay lifted, clasp the backs, the thighs. See if you can roll up. That might mean you need to extend the legs to support you as you rise. And replant those feet. Again, press out on the chair. Find your length through the spine. This time, that hinge from the hips, the spine stays neutral as we did in standing. Hands behind thighs or out in front, hinge back. And exhale to return. Hinge back and return. Remind yourself to press out on that chair or press the feet down. And some people might come a little farther. That's okay too, as long as we keep the neutral spine. 3 more. 2. Last one, hinge back. And then when you can't anymore, you could use those hands as an assist. Roll down through the spine. Arms circle to return to your sides as you slide those feet in again. Find what works for you here. And this time the pelvis lifts as a unit. Lift and lower. Press through feet. Pelvis rises and comes to hover. Can you find more stability? Stay level with the pelvis. So there's that even press through both feet. Work those hamstrings. 3, 2. Last one, hover, lift. Let me squeeze the base of the glutes for a moment longer. And roll down through the spine. So heavy lower ribs, mid back, and low back. Take those arms and circle them overhead and interlace them behind the skull once more. Maybe the opposite crossing than you usually do. Make sure you can see those elbows a little bit in your periphery here. 3 basic ab curls. Inhale, exhale, curl. All right, 2 more like this as we prepare for the rotation. Last one, curl. Inhale, pause. And exhale, rotate left. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, rotate right. Inhale, center, heavy the head. Continue this. Alternate sides. Can you come a little higher? One more. Make sure you're even. Inhale at the top. Release those hands to the thighs. See if you can bring yourself up, however you need to get there. Maybe the legs slide long. And then you could keep the feet planted just as we have been. Or the legs might go long. You can squeeze them together here. Find your sits bones. Arms might stretch out in front of you and round through low back. and come up. Round. And this time come up and over, reach, return, round back, return, reach. Continue this kind of seesaw action to support our roll up here. So carry on, or if you'd like to come further down, do so, maybe all the way down. Arms come overhead, perhaps circle them, reach and curl up on the exhale, lengthen the body over, and then stack tall and roll back. Arms can sweep, curl up, keep the feet as heavy as you can. It's tricky. And sit up tall. One more like that, or continue with your partial roll down. Very nice. Now again, feet can remain planted or legs can stay long. Practice the hinge now. So long spine, hinge back and return. Inhale to hinge. Exhale to return. Need a challenge? The hands might be behind the head. So way more challenging. If you want to try one of these, come back until you can't hinge anymore, then round, arms reach and curl up, reach over through toward the toes and come up tall with the arms by the sides of the ears. Good. Option to do it one more time. Oh, hinge back. Round. Reach and circle those arms. Exhale to start to come up. Reach over toward the toes and tall spine. Hands at your sides. Open up across the heart here. Fingers can turn out, whatever works for your shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, ha. Maybe stick out the tongue. And let's come onto our bellies facing that chair. And adjust the chair so your arms can be long. That's very important here. So find your position. Head can be down. Need a little cushion. You could roll your mat, place it underneath your head. And slide that right hand up the chair. And lower. Try the opposite arm. And lower. Let's continue here to work on range of motion of the shoulder. You know, like the chair, you could do this lift without it. And see if you can find stability through the hips. Press the base of the glutes down. Active legs. One more. And release that. That right leg nice and long. Just don't come very high. And lower. Switch sides. See how long you can make that leg. And lower. Keeping the leg straight. Or as straight as possible. Gauging through the back line. And soften through the shoulders. Tension might try to creep in there. Because on the press of the pelvis and the length of the leg. One more each side. Last one. And lower. Hands can come closer to the shoulder. They can remain on the earth or they can hover. Basic back extension. Lift up through the thoracic or upper spine. Head will just follow. And exhale to lower. So if you can lift out and away. And return. How open and broad can you stay across the clavicles? How strong through the legs? Do 2 more. Last one, lift and lower. You could stay with that, or arms can extend. Again, palms toward one another, press in on that chair. Lift through the upper spine as that right arm and left leg lift. And lower everything back down. Let's switch sides. Left arm slides, or left hand slides along the chair as the right leg lifts and lower. And here, back extension each time. A little break in between. You might come fully down in between each one. Or if you'd like, you can lift everything up and start to swim. So slide the hands up and down the chairs. Move those legs or flutter those legs for 5, 4, 3, arms a little higher, 2, 1, inhale, and exhale to lower back down. Slide those hands in and sit back into a child's pose for a moment. Turn those palms up, wiggle the fingers, palms down, and then bring your body forward. You do have that ball. You could choose to have it between the thighs, but again, not necessary. It can be a bit awkward, but it's good to do that squeeze with the ball. So find your tabletop here and squeeze in on that ball. Press through the hands and let the shoulders sink and press away. Just a few scapular glides. One more. Nice. And then the knee hover. Tuck the toes, hover the knees as you squeeze the ball. And release. Squeeze, suction cup up and in. And an apple height off the earth. Two. And 1, keep the knees hovering, option to engage in the scapular glide or just pulse with the legs. So you can pulse the thighs in or scapular glide. This is challenging. 2. Last one. Let that go and widen the hands. Might need to lengthen out a little bit here and come forward into a push-up, wide push-up. And sit almost back. The ball will kind of get in the way there. Come forward, push up, and back. Let's do 3 this time, 3 push-ups. 3, 2, 1, push back. Roll through the spine, come forward, and 3 push-ups. 3, 2, 1, come back. Last round. 3, 2, 1. Nice. And tuck those toes, maybe with the ball there. Adjust so you can come into a downward facing dog. And walk those hands toward the feet. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees. I'm losing my ball. Squeeze the ball. Sink into chair. Means I wasn't squeezing enough. And press yourself up to stand. For the transition, if you want, you can keep the ball there. And you can sit on your chair exactly where it is. I'm going to move mine so that you can see better. And have your sets of weights handy. Don't pick them up the way I did there. Heavier weights first. If you want, you can have the ball there or not. Rows, more traditional row. So sit near the edge of your chair here. Lengthen the arms. And first, just practice the hinge and come up before we row. Hinge and return. One more time, hinge and then row. Send those elbows back in space. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms long, come up once, hinge back over, and row. 3 more. 3, 2, 1, and lengthen the arms, come up tall. Another round, hinge and row. Squeeze that ball. 2 more. 2 and 1. Come up nice and tall here and bring those upper arms in line with the shoulders and shoulder press up and down. 2 more. Great little combo. Last one. Bring those arms down, bicep curl for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms so that they face one another. Rhomboids, open and close, or almost close. Open and close. Last one, stay opened and press. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Bring those arms down. This time, hammer curl. So that's that round part of the weight faces me. Just 3 more. 2. Last one, lift them up with the arms to shoulder height. Open and close. Open and close. 2. Last one, stay open, press. 3 more. 2. Last one. Bring those arms back down. 1 more set of bicep curls this time. Palms face me. 3 more. 2. And last one. Very nice. You could lower the weights here, depending what you've got. Perhaps you lower them to a 1 to 3 pound. This is triceps next. So lean forward again, that hinge forward, bend the elbows and lengthen the arms and bend. Lengthen and bend. Widen across the clavicles and breathe. I like to exhale in the contraction. Inhale as I return, or long, deep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Come tall, lift those arms up in the air and bend at the elbows and lengthen. Bend and lengthen. Let's do 4. 3. Let me keep those upper arms still. 2. You're wanting to move. And last one. Nice. Extend those arms out so they're slightly on a diagonal here. And bring the weights to the forehead and reach. Elbows kind of stay wide here, but then hands directly on front of you. Maybe like me, you're not squeezing that ball anymore. Squeeze it. Inner thighs might be burning. Let's do 4. 3, 2. 1 more salute. And then bring those arms slowly down. A little more for the arms today. Bend at the elbows. I didn't do this in class today. Open and close. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. With or without the ball, come to stand. And now move the chair so that it's in front of you again. Or not even move the chair, come around back to the back of the chair. And remove that ball. I'll face you just so you can see, but the chair is there as a support. You could set down your weights or you could keep them. From here, find your tall spine. And the right arm, oops, need a little bit of room here. The right arm or the left leg can come out to the side and return. Ooh, this is my weak side. To the side and return. This could be done instead hanging on to the chair and just focused on the leg so that we don't lean to that right side. I'll notice I do a bit, I have scoliosis, but trying to stay nice and level. And that opposite weight, that left weight, can kind of drape and land on the thigh. It'll provide a little bit of extra resistance. So a little bit for the outer thigh. Let's do 3, 2. Last one. And that leg, in a turn, but you can stay where you are, comes out behind you. Hands can just be at your sides as you engage again in that long lunge. So head angled forward. And try not to round through the shoulders, through the upper spine. Let's do 3, 2. You strengthen through those arms. Last one. And see if you can step forward and tap back. Forward and back. 3, 2, and 1. Come nice and tall with the spine. One shoulder roll and onto the opposite side. So again, hands could be on the chair here. That left arm and right leg. In and out. Opposite weight can stay heavy in hand. Long, deep breathing. Three more. 2. Last one. And bring that right leg back further behind you. Find your lunge and lengthen and bend with or without weights. Angle the body forward. Into the back of the leg, the whole of the leg, really. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend lead leg. Tap that right foot in and out. In and out. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the legs side by each. Roll through the shoulders as you come to stand. And we'll use the chair to help us with some stretches. So you can release those weights, set them down, and use the back of the chair for a quadricep stretch. So clasp an ankle here. I'll show you from the side. We want to try to have those knees in alignment rather than the leg forward, although for some, this is enough of a stretch. But if you can, bring that leg back in alignment with the other. Press hand into shin, shin into hand, tall spine. Another inhale. And exhale, bring that same foot in front. Sit the pelvis back, hands to opposite thigh, flex through the toes of the long leg. Another inhale. And exhale to come tall. We'll go to the other side. So clasp opposite ankle. And that foot can come out in front. Hands on the leg or even the chair. Just model that here. Or inhale and exhale to come tall. Hands can clasp the chair as you lengthen the spine here. Sit the hips back. Stretch the upper back. Walk, walk, walk those feet in. Open across the heart. Maybe even interlace the hands, depending on what's available to you. And then circle those arms in front. Interlace fingers, round upper back. And open one more time. Let's have a seat in the chair. So you could go around to the front of the chair. This was the preferred option today. So right leg crosses, flex top ankle to protect the knee, and perhaps lean forward. It's like our figure four. You could do this on the earth too. Worked a lot into the back of the leg, the glutes as well. Sit up tall, maybe weave those legs together, rotate toward the right. Come back to center, widen the legs, inhale, and exhale to fold. Stretch the inseams. Yeah, that ball, you might really feel this. Then hands can return to the thighs if they're not already there. Roll up through the spine, heel toe, the feet together toward one another to parallel. And then that left ankle will cross. So find your position again, protect that knee, flexed ankle as we lean. It's a leaning and upright today. See what you can let go of. Maybe move the jaw around. Another inhale. And exhale to sit up. Fully cross the legs. Tall spine. Rotate left. Come back to center. Again, wide legs. Fold. Hands on thighs or on earth, even on the ball. And roll up through the spine. Roll shoulders. One more stretch. Stand up. We did a lot for the calves. So stretch one leg behind you. You can hang on to the chair. Firm up that foot. And change sides. And come to stand. Roll those shoulders and lower the head side to side. Drop the chin, arms might reach up. and bring them to prayer if it's in your practice. Thank you for this class today. And I hope that you'll join me some other time for a workout Wednesday. They're not every Wednesday, but every so often. It'll probably become a pattern of every other Wednesday to support the group that I see in person when they're not in session. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and check out the playlist and the classes that are linked for more. Have a great day.